here I go coming. I can't ever stop, I'm a tour de force running. Get me to the top, I don't need an invitation. I'm about to start a celebration.
Hello.
Good evening, everyone.
Kitty, that was a really quick run. What'd you have to go get?
I had to close the door.
Oh my gosh. She starts the intro. We're sitting here, and then she gets up and bolts. And I'm like, well, Stacy knows how to do this, right? Because I don't. Oh, too funny.
Yeah, I realized the door was open. I needed to close the door. I knew I could make it. Within that span of that intro music, I knew I could make it.
Good job.
20 seconds. So you can get a lot done in 20 seconds.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Well, welcome everyone to 3 Cocktails In for another addicting conversation. So what's going on?
Yeah.
I got news to share.
You do?
I can't remember the last time when we recorded. Did I tell y'all that I got moved back to my old neighborhood?
I think you told us, but I think we need to let our listeners know this.
Yes, I don't think you did online. No.
So this happens occasionally, and I knew that I would be getting moved out of my neighborhood at one point, and you don't have a say in the matter. I mean, unless you want to say bye-bye.
Moved out of your neighborhood for work.
For
You
work.
didn't
For work.
specify.
I'm sorry. Yes. For work. This is work. I'm staying in my home. My home stays. We had a sales meeting. We all sat there, and then they said, "Hey, can these people stay afterwards?" And it was a bunch of us new people, and the 2 people sitting on each side of me were like, "Oh man, are we getting fired? Are we getting fired?" I'm like, "I'm in my quota. I'm not getting fired." I'm like, "We're not getting fired." And I found out that they're transferring me from my neighborhood where I have been literally across the street from my old house where I lived for 18 years.
That's crazy.
It is. It is so, I didn't know how I felt about it because, divorce, moved out of that whole area, whatever. It's been 3 years. It's fine. But went out today and checked out the model that I'm going to be working out of, and it's stunning. And invited Kitty to come over and look, and then we went and had a cocktail at lunch.
Yes, we did.
So that was pretty good.
Yeah. So did they, not that it makes any difference at all, did they know that you used to live across the street?
Yeah. Yeah. They knew I lived in Chaska.
Okay.
And they made a comment about when they hired me, they knew that I would be selling in Chaska.
Okay.
They just waited a year to do it.
Oh,
which is fine.
yeah.
Which is fine. And it's a beautiful neighborhood, and it really is. It used to be part of our walk that we did all the time. We'd kind of walk this loop over there. So I am incredibly familiar with the area, and I'm super excited about the homes that are out there. So to all my Chaska friends, I fully expect that you will be dropping in and saying hello. And my weird work week has changed. So now I have Thursday and Fridays off, which I think might help the old social life.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I'm back to being single again.
Okay, so this is also big news.
New?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I haven't seen him in, So, yeah.
Okay.
So there's that.
Do you want to talk about it?
No, that's a long one. That's for another day. I'll share stories another day because I do have some funny stories about not necessarily about him, although I could. But yeah, so
Okay.
yeah. Anybody else got anything kind of cool to share?
Well, my plan actually tonight was to hijack the show.
Oh,
Wow.
really?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
So I've been sitting on something, you guys.
Is it comfy?
That doesn't sound right. That really doesn't sound right. I quit my job on Monday.
Wow. You mean your full-time job? Your full-time job, correct?
Yes.
Full-time job.
Oh, I okay. Spill. Talk to me.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Right?
This
How did
was, yeah,
You gave no indication. I had no idea.
this is why I say that I've been sitting on this for a while. If you talk to Bill, you would hear he would say, "What? You didn't talk to them about this?" Because I've been talking to him about it for 6 months. I don't know, maybe even longer, maybe even a year. But so this is interesting that we are coming upon 1 year of the podcast also.
Yes. Yes.
And as I've been reflecting on this, I think back to when we started this. Amy, you were going through big changes, and I knew that there was something in my future. I knew that there was a change that I wanted to make. I just didn't know what it was yet. And my day job, I'm using the air quotes for those of you who are listening. I don't know why I'm using my job. I have spent my entire professional career in the corporate marketing world, primarily in a business development role. And I've loved it. I'm very proud of what I've done over the span of my career. I've been challenged by it. I've learned so much. I've made great friends. And I think we can all agree that COVID changed a lot of things. And maybe it was the combination of that and then being in our mid 50s. But I just really started to listen more to this internal voice saying me, "Are you really loving what you're doing?" And I kept answering the question by saying, "It's okay." And we talk about that here all the time.
Thank you for not using that F word.
Yeah.
Fine.
Fine.
Right.
It's fine.
We don't want fine. We don't want it's just okay. And it's not, company that I worked for is great. The people are great. There are people there that I'm going to miss terribly. But I knew that it was holding me back from doing something that I really love doing and something that I think I can scale even more and have it be bigger and grander than what I'm doing now. So after talking about it and talking about it and talking about it, and Bill just finally saying, "Why do you keep talking about it? Just do it." And I kept saying, "Is it irresponsible? Is it irresponsible?"
Mm-hmm.
So, there's so much on this topic that we can talk about. And it can probably branch off into other conversations and other episodes, but it just came down to I was ready, and I did find some comfort in it. Like I'm like, okay, yeah, because everybody that I would talk to about it, they would say, when you are ready to go and do your own thing, because that's what I'm doing now. I'm going all in on my jewelry business, and I'm launching another business called Hart Matters. And everybody said, when you're launching your own thing, yes, it's scary, but you know what? If it's not scary, it's probably not big enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
yeah, that's a lot, Kitty, and very courageous.
thank you.
So you've been with this company for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know the details.
Oh,
I want to know, how did this go? Well, come on.
yeah.
Or
Finish with us,
what
sister.
took, and what took so long, why all of a sudden, after thinking about it, why now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just always felt like there were things that were in the works there that I just kept saying, well, I need to finish this. So I need to make sure this is in a good place. I need, and maybe that was just my way of justifying staying longer.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm grateful for some things that kind of escalated it toward the end. And, as it's a sales driven organization. It's a service business. Sales is hard.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what industry you're in, sales is challenging, and it becomes more and more challenging as we as people and decision makers, whether you're making a purchase decision for your business or for you as a person and a household, we buy things differently than we used to. So, we're always trying to adapt to that, to be successful in sales. And, I think I just found that I wasn't inspired anymore really to sell. And so there were some changes happening at the company, and a new person coming in to lead the team. It was shared with me that there would be some changes coming for me, and that's why I say I think it was sort of a good thing that some of these things were happening that allowed me to say, all right, it's time.
Yeah.
It's time. And I think this will work out for me. It'll work out for them. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. Absolutely.
So when I went in Monday morning to resign, you never know if it's going to be, okay, I'm resigning and I'm giving you 2 weeks notice, or, them saying, well, we need you to help transition things, or if it's going to be, oh, you've resigned, then today is your last day. Going in, I knew it would be one or the other. And it's pretty customary when you are in a sales role that it's the latter. It's okay, then you're done today. And that's what happened. So I went in Monday, gave my notice. I was home by about 11:30.
Wow. I mean, this is kind of just a silly little thing about the whole thing, but the whole idea of immediately ushering somebody out after they resign, do you not think that they've already thought about the whole resigning thing and could have taken whatever they wanted out of the system long before then? Yeah, that's just one.
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
if you're firing somebody, it's different than,
Yeah.
but.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I know. And I, the answer is always, well, it's a formality, at this point it's business, it's not personal, but you don't have to make it weird. You
Did
don't
they make
have
it weird?
I mean,
Did it feel weird?
It felt a little bit weird. I didn't talk to anybody. I quietly moved my things out of the office into my car. The person that I resigned to, he didn't say, well, do you want to say goodbye to anybody? It was just, I need you to leave now. And it's just, for companies who say that we're a family, this is another topic we need to talk about, you guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes, we need to talk about this topic. We're not family.
No, because in the end, you're not at all.
No.
Because if you were family, you would have had there would have been words.
Yeah.
We don't treat our coworkers like we treat family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, rightly so, because sometimes you battle with your family. But, yeah, that would be a great topic. Fortunately, I'm working with a company that does not say that. Because I mean, not that they're mean or whatever, but that's not. I think that's, yeah, crap.
So whole new deal, you guys. And so Tuesday morning, I woke up and I'm like, and I've texted a couple of people, and a couple of people have reached out, and I've just said, I cannot stop smiling.
So that's how you know it's the right decision then.
Yes. Yep. I can't stop smiling. And I just feel like there's just all of this opportunity around me. And sometimes I'm a little paralyzed because I'm like, okay, well, I need to do that. Oh, but I should probably do this before I do that. And so I've got these massive calendar sheets that first thing I need to do is, even though I'm kind of all over the place right now, even though I've been mentally preparing for this for like 6 months, it's almost as if I hadn't been, because truly, if I had really started the process, I wouldn't have, I wouldn't have been able to even continue doing my job. I would have,
Right.
it's not just 1 foot out the door, you're 2 feet out the door. Right. So I really feel like now I'm starting.
Yeah. It reminds me just a little bit about like when I was thinking about getting a divorce. I knew I needed to do it. I knew it, and I thought about it way before I actually said anything about it. And then you say something, then that starts everything in motion.
Yeah.
And then you're like, and now what? Yes, oh, I could do this, I could do that, but do I actually have a plan here? Do I, and so, it's a good feeling, that kind of wide open, but also sometimes we call it decision fatigue. There are so many decisions that you could make and so many choices that you get tired and a little paralyzed, a little frozen about.
Now what to do.
Yeah. So, but how cool. How cool.
Yeah.
And
And I love this, that you're doing this, and I'm working back in Chaska because now we can have lunch.
I know.
Which I made Kitty have a cocktail today at lunch.
Yes.
She's like, oh, well, we're doing that. I'm like, yes, we are.
I'm like, it's Wednesday.
Like, so? What does Wednesday mean now?
It's Wednesday at noon. Still a work day for me.
Yes.
Yeah. Besides that, all of the changes, that frees up a lot of time for you. You were working your 40 plus hour regular job and your side hustle and podcast, so that's a lot. So what does your work week look like now? What do you think it's going to be like?
So I'm time blocking. And one of the things that I really wanted to get back to is I'm totally starting backwards. I'm starting from, I need to go to bed at 10 o'clock. So I am, right? This is what I mean by I'm starting backwards. I'm starting at the end of the day. How do I make the day efficient for me and allow me to go to bed at 10 o'clock? Because as you said, Stacy, working the full-time job, working Good Glam and doing podcast, I would, that alarm's going off at 5, and there are a lot of nights I wasn't going to bed till midnight. So back to trying to get 7 hours of sleep, that would be great. So up in the morning at 6, those early morning hours, I love those early morning hours, especially now as we start to go into fall and winter. I love being up when it's dark, having a little light on, going down to the kitchen, making my coffee, just having little lights on. I'm one of those people, I used to love driving to work before the sun came up. Loved it.
You have to be the minority.
I would think so too. I don't know if you saw the face, but when you said being up in the dark, I'm like,
no.
Yes. I feel like I feel like I'm getting a jump on everybody else.
Yeah. True. And you can still do that by working at 7, like I do. Be to work at 7, not 5. I
think that's too high a price to pay to get a jump on everybody else.
Yeah, I really hate it when the season becomes, dark in the morning and dark when you get home. I hate that.
Yeah.
Well, we're coming on to that pretty soon.
Yeah.
So we should make that a question on our, social media.
Absolutely.
Are you a morning person like Kitty, or are you a,
Yeah, we need a poll. We need to do a poll.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna get my list. Get my
Okay.
list here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Poll.
So, okay. So but I'm not setting my alarm for 5. So Bill has his alarm set for 5:30, and he is very good. That alarm goes off and he gets up. So I'm having my up time at 6, and then that hour from 6 to 7 is some physical activity. And we've got a gym here in our house, so I can I can go down there. I can walk. I can do. I want to pull up those. Ashton August YouTube yoga. Oh my gosh. When I was home during COVID, I did that um, every morning and loved that. So I want to get back to my yoga and just have some good physical activity right away in the morning and then get ready, have coffee. I've got computer time blocked off. I've just got very specific tasks for this jewel, So for those of you who might not know what my side hustle is, my business that's now not my side hustle, now my full-time, is called Good Glam. It's fashion jewelry. Everything that I'm wearing is in the paparazzi jewelry that I carry. And I do live shows on Facebook. So during the day, it's going to be, just kind of prepping and getting ready for shows and building my customer base. And I am going to add in some new daytime shows to try to reach some new customers. And I'm going to scale this thing.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good.
And you're not gonna be up till midnight
No.
packing and invoicing.
Nope. And I'm shifting everything. So I would normally do invoicing and shipping on Saturday, Sunday. I'm now shifting that to Monday and Tuesday.
Nice.
So we will have a weekend. And Bill has been so supportive, and he helps with the shows and everything. But over these 3 years that I've been doing the jewelry business, my time with him and just our time on the weekend, it's just gone. It's completely disappeared. So that this will allow us to have that back. So I'm looking at it. I walked away from a full-time salary.
Yeah.
And so, this was I think this was probably the thing in the back of my mind that kept saying, is this an irresponsible decision? But the way that I look at it is apparently that full-time salary wasn't fulfilling for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I want the freedom. I want the freedom. I want the ability to build my own thing. I don't want to work for anybody else anymore. I want to work for me. And those things became more important to me than that paycheck.
Yeah. When you find what it is you like to do,
Yeah.
it's worth the risk.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. And I have the ability to make that doing this.
Yeah.
Just need time to do it.
Right. And like we've said numerous times, if it doesn't work out, you can go do something else. We can always go do,
Yeah.
I mean, if not now, when?
Yeah.
Try it. Try
Right.
it. Go for it. Give it all you got. You've got the time for it now. You've got you're set up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in
Did
2
we
years,
talk about
if
that?
you're like, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. We've talked about it where we have friends that we know that just will not make a change. They hate what they're doing, but
Mhm.
will not take a risk and jump and do something else.
Yeah.
And you're doing it. You're doing
Mhm.
you're making this leap of faith that you'll grow your business to,
Mhm.
who knows, maybe you'll end up as the CEO of paparazzi. We don't know.
Oh, you'd be back to working nights and weekends again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't think I need to do that.
It's very exciting.
Thank you. I couldn't wait to tell you guys. And then I was thinking, well, no, I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it for a recording night.
Yeah, that was big. That was
Yeah.
bigger than me going back to Chaska.
Yeah. Yeah. Big changes.
It's not a contest though.
No.
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 Mm-mm.
So Stacy, how are you going to top that one?
I got nothing. Being honest, I got nothing.
No lottery ticket win? You didn't win
No.
millions?
Gosh, I
Mega
wish.
bucks?
No. You got to buy a ticket to win.
Oh
That's
yeah.
right.
I've heard that too.
Yeah. No, I really have nothing. Like I said, this is our busy season. It's starting to ramp up and be busy. And so I just feel like I run
Yeah.
back and forth and then get on my laptop and then, it's tomorrow. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, not much new.
I can tell the weather is starting to feel good now, I mean, it's still kind of warm,
Yeah.
but it's a cooler breeze. The sun's still
Yeah.
out. It was blustery as all heck today, but
Yes, it was.
now I'm liking that where you get to wear the jeans and like a light sweater, not like a big heavy one sort of deal.
Yeah. I know. I love it. So I posted this morning over on my business page, or no, maybe I don't remember. Yeah, I think it was today. About what is your favorite fall what do you like to pull out now that it's fall, basically? And I always give some options: cozy sweater or cozy scarf, big oversized sweater or sweatshirt, or boots, like stylish boots.
Yeah.
And I've got some customers that are in southern climates, and so one of them commented, and they said, "None of the above. It's still hot here." And it got me thinking. So people who live in the southern climates, and I messaged her back, and I haven't gone back yet to see if she responded. But for people who live in southern climates, do they change anything with the seasons? Do they change decor?
I mean,
Well-
what does fall decor look like in Houston?
Yeah.
Right.
I should ask. Well, I know Madeline, and maybe this answers that question. So Madeline's husband, Alex, grew up in North Carolina. He loves Halloween. So like the whole month of Halloween, they're the ones that have the 12-foot skeleton in the front yard, which I'm sure their neighbors were excited about. So maybe that's what, the big
Yeah.
thing is. The cute little, I don't know how you couldn't carve a pumpkin. It'd rot in like a day down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I wonder if they decorate for the holiday, not the season.
That would make more sense.
Because they wouldn't have the nice fall colors like we do,
Right.
and very interesting question.
Yeah. So let's do a little bit more research on this topic.
Yeah.
We would need some listener participation.
Yes, we would.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Speaking of fall things, I told Kitty I roasted a pan of the honey roasted root vegetables, so parsnips, carrots, sweet potatoes, and I did a full pan of a butternut squash that I have here. So, and Kitty told me that I had to go grocery shopping today because evidently 2 yogurts and a half a leftover bag of microwave popcorn weren't enough in my house. So I took them right from the pan and put them in my little containers so I can just take them and go to work.
Perfect.
Yeah. So that's kind of fall food for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Yep.
Now you're thinking about the butternut squash risotto. I'm gonna have to.
I know.
Yeah.
I think I am going to make the risotto and toss that whole thing together. It's so dang good.
We should share that recipe. That is one of our favorites.
Yeah.
Was that
I'm
Ina
going to
Garten?
do it, I think. I'm just going to do it the
Yeah.
easy way.
The slow way, not the risotto stir forever way.
No, I will do that. I will do the stir for forever, but I don't know. I guess I already cooked the butternut
Yeah,
squash, so
you
that's
want
all
to
done.
cook it. Yeah. You just put it in at the end.
Yeah. Mm,
Yeah, I can't remember. Is that an Ina Garten recipe? Seems like it might be.
I think so.
yeah, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I could probably pull out which one it is and find it from all the splatters all over the page.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
It's always a good sign.
Mm.
And then it's going to be chicken corn chowder
Yep.
Mhm.
and that shrimp
Yep.
chowder. The
Yep.
the little
We usually
shrimp.
make, yeah, we usually
No,
make the shrimp chowder one a couple of times.
that would be good. Okay, here's my problem. Working in a model home, people come in, you never know when they're coming in. And yes, there's a wonderful microwave. I can heat stuff up, but some of the food makes the
Oh.
whole kitchen smell. So,
No.
like that chowder, those chowders would,
Yeah.
yeah. So, have to be careful about what I'm ordering.
Yeah.
I'm not ordering anymore. Not
No.
ordering
Stop
DoorDash.
door dashing.
Oh my
There you
God.
go.
Mm-mm. No more.
Although I might have earned enough miles to fly somewhere based on how much I was getting charged for DoorDash. Do you bring a lunch every day, Stacy?
I'm a lunch snacker, like same. I love yogurt and I'll have a granola bar and I'll have peanut butter and crackers and I'll have, you know what I mean? It's more like that stuff. I don't pack a lunch. I'm
But
not
you,
that
but
organized.
you're organized enough to have that kind of stuff that you grab from the house in the morning and you take to
Yeah.
work.
Or it's in my desk drawer or in the refrigerator at work. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kitty, what's the lunch policy going to be at your new work?
Well, it's
And what's your vacation policy?
it's unlimited.
Oh, that's something we should also throw in because
Yeah.
that's also a scam.
Yeah.
Work like a family. Work is family. Unlimited PTO.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm
Honor,
making notes.
honor system, of course. Yeah, I'll have a weekly meeting every Monday morning.
With who?
Myself.
There you go.
Hey, are you going to bring donuts and coffee to your Monday meeting?
Definitely, yes.
You might have to go back down and have your meeting down the hill. See if you could maybe round up the fellas.
The fellas, yes, I
Get
should.
the band back together.
We should get the band back together. Except a couple of them have passed away.
Now you got to recruit, take auditions for new band members.
Yeah, you might want to explain that story a little further.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, real quick. Years ago, I stumbled upon a group down at my local Caribou. So I would go in every morning, and I would always park and go in. I didn't go through the drive-through. I'd go in, I'd order my coffee and leave. And there was this group of men who were sitting in the front part of the Caribou every single day, every day except Thursday. And so it just started with, them saying, hey, and then I'd say hi. And eventually it was, what do you do? And so eventually they said, sit down. And I mean, I'm like, these are older guys. They all,
Retired.
most of them looked retired. Yeah. And they welcomed me into the group. And I started getting down there earlier. So I would usually be down there by 6 a.m. And we would, have coffee. We'd talk about business, all sorts of different topics. And they were so interesting. One was a retired architect. One was a retired CEO of a public company. One who was still working was in the House of Representatives. One was an anesthesiologist. So they all had these really amazing careers and backgrounds, and they were all so smart. And it was just kind of cute how they welcomed me into the group. I'm, young enough to be their daughter, I guess. Probably, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, that's what it felt like. So
they adopted you.
Yes, they adopted me. And then COVID, and they all kept in touch still. I kind of fell away from the group, but I am still on the email chain. So they send me, the super bad, inappropriate emails. And, and then an update on the schedule. So, because they change it from summer to fall, they move to a different coffee shop. So I'm going to have to make an appearance. Yeah.
There you go. I'm back. That's fun though.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so excited for you.
Thank you, guys.
So excited.
Thank you. And now, you know what I'm going to do right now? Instead of having to go and spend 2 or 3 hours setting my show for tomorrow night, it's 8:00 and it's October. I'm going to go upstairs and see if Bill wants to find a scary movie.
Oh,
Are you
there
going
you go.
to watch the scary movie upright so you'll stay awake through the whole thing? That should also be #goal for you. Kitty sleeps halfway through every movie.
It's true. It's true. I don't know. We'll see.
Yep. All right, you.
So,
Well, that's so cool. It's so
Thank you.
cool.
thank you, guys.
You'll be awesome.
And
It'll be
thank
great.
you for all of your support over the 3 years of me launching Good Glam, because now here we go.
There we go.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep.
All
I know.
right.
And you did mention it. Our 1 year anniversary of 3 Cocktails In is coming up.
Yep.
Yes.
Stay
You
tuned.
guys, it's going to be so fun to take the year and take a look back at that first episode, the first couple episodes that we talked about why we were doing this,
Right.
and what we hope to get out of it,
Yep.
and see where we're at now.
Yeah. Yeah. So a couple of weeks, that episode will drop.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Awesome.
Everybody go kick back now.
Yep. Go
Yep.
kick
I
back.
think we will.
See
I
you
will
all
be at
next
my new
week.
office tomorrow when this drops.
Cool.
So, Chaska people, you've been warned.
Look out. Here she comes.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Good
Bye.
night.
All right. Woo. Look. I got that wow. Who wants some hands up right now? We got that. Turn it up loud. I know you're wondering how. I got that wow. Here I go, coming. I can't ever stop. I'm a tour de force running. Get me to the top. I don't need an invitation. I'm about to start a celebration. Let me in. Brought a good time plus some friends. Turn it up loud past 10. Turning up the crowd when I hit 'em.